Hello scientists, this video is on the digestive system. This is one of 3 of the human body systems we will be learning about in our life science unit. In this video, we're going to talk about the parts and the functions. Before we begin, remember to write your name and your hour. If you are listening to this, draw a heart right here next to the hour. And maybe you'll get a little reward for that. All right, to begin, the main idea here is the food we eat must be broken down into small particles so that our body can turn the nutrients into energy. And this is the whole function of the digestive system. Now, when we eat something like a hamburger or when we eat anything, our body breaks it down into 3 basic ingredients. Those are sugars, protein, and fat. The first step of digestion begins in our mouths. This type of digestion is both a physical change in the food we eat and a chemical change as well. To begin, when we take a bite of food, our teeth begin to break the food down into small pieces. Our tongue actually doesn't necessarily break the food down, but it does move the food around in our mouths so that our teeth can do the best job possible breaking the food into small pieces. We also have something called saliva. Saliva comes from salivary glands. Salivary glands secrete or give off saliva. Inside the saliva, there's a chemical called amylase. Amylase breaks down starch into sugar. So, for example, if you eat carbohydrates like a hamburger bun or rice or pasta or a cracker, the chemical breakdown of those types of foods begin in the mouth. After we swallow, our food moves through the esophagus. The esophagus is a tube that connects our mouth to our stomach. It's made of muscles. These muscles contract so that the food, it kind of squeezes the food as it goes down from our mouths down into our stomach. Now, once the food gets to the stomach, our stomach mixes it with acids and different enzymes. So our stomach contains a special chemical called pepsin. And it has other acids that chemically break down proteins and fats. The acids themselves help to break down the proteins. The stomach also has muscles, and the muscles in the stomach also contract to mix the food with the acid. So kind of like if you had like a Ziploc bag filled with something and then you kind of squeezed it with your hands, that's kind of the motion or the action that the stomach uses to mix the acids and enzymes with the food that is now inside the stomach. After the food leaves the stomach, it enters the small intestines. Inside the small intestines, there are little things called villi. The villi in the small intestines pick up and absorb the small nutrient particles that have been digested by the stomach and sends them into the bloodstream to travel to the other parts of our body to give our body the nutrients that it needs. Now, step number 5, this is kind of a unique 2 set of organs here. The food does not go through these organs. So I'm going to highlight this right here. The food does not pass through these organs, but they are very important in digestion. These organs add more digestion helping chemicals, and specifically a chemical called bile, to help the food break down even further, more specifically the fats to break down. The last step is the elimination process. The large intestines remove water from the remaining undigested material, and then what's left leaves the body as solid waste. Okay, that wraps up the parts and functions of the digestive system. What I would like for you to do now is that you are going to go back through your notes and fill in the answers to these questions. There are 3 questions that I want for you to answer, and when you get done with that, I'm going to label the parts of the digestive system. All right, that's it. When you are done, I want for you to show this to your teacher. Then you're going to go on to the next slide, and then you are going to label the parts of the digestive system. Okay, good luck. If you have any questions, you can ask up here or you can ask your teacher.